I actually thought about that one time, but once I started doing all the numbers and what it would take,
Yeah.
and
No,
I was
you need
like,
a war chest. Yeah, which is the conclusion I also came to. Um, it was actually on the heels of me moving back. A good friend of mine, while I was at Publicis Sapient, he was the MD of China. And we had done a lot of work together and became good friends. And he's South African, and he had been an expat as well for about 30 years between the States and Europe and Asia. And he was in Shanghai. And about 6 months before I moved to the States, he moved back to South Africa. And we were both kind of going through this like very intense reverse culture shock of really the thing about being an expat. And as it is, I was already a multinational. I'm not even, I was born in the UK. My family's Indian by way of East Africa for 3 generations. I'm already an outsider everywhere and nowhere to a certain degree. But like he had been gone for 30 years. So the thing about being an expat is that it is an amazing experience, particularly, a couple of years here and there, no big deal. But if you're gone for 5, 10 years plus, you become a different person.
oh yeah,
And that is also a permanent experience, which a lot of people struggle with on the back end. And that is just, part of the price of living, an adventurous international life. And so we were both, and he was single as well. And so we were both going through like the same kind of bewilderment of dating in our home countries and the nonsense of the dating apps. And he, like me, was very conscientious and conscious of, a lot of issues, international and local. He's a very empathetic man. And we had just been, really talking about like, why are these dating apps, like there really isn't any kind of curation. All they're really saying is you're a warm body, they're a warm body, you're in a certain radius, you're
yeah.
in a certain age group, discuss. And it's like, since when has anything else, everything else in your life is like relatively like curated, or at least like there's a commonality. And so I still met like nice men, but I was just like, wow, this is going to take a while, because then there were like, I was seeing all these guys in like, tank tops, like all muscly taking photos at the gym. And I was like, what is this nonsense?
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't take a man like this seriously.
A
Like,
lot of
that's
that.
not, like, I was like, I don't find this attractive. I'm like, I'm glad you work out, but you're too old to be taking these type of selfies.